Hello and good evening. Hello to you if you're watching this live. Hello if you are listening on the podcast. It's Remy here from Remio Digital, and we are back again for our Wednesday night story of Black business, entrepreneurialism. And what we're doing every Wednesday is sharing these stories so that we can change the narrative. We can change the thought processes of some people who think that Black people are, you know, criminals, or talk about black on black violence and that black people are unintelligent, or that we can't create our own business, we can't create our own money, and we can't create our own wealth. So I show up every Wednesday sharing these stories to change that narrative. So thank you for being here, and thank you for being a part of this. So I'm just going to check the sound. Yes, the sound is amazing. Fabulous. As you are jumping on, do say hello. And if you're watching this on replay, go ahead and give me a hashtag replay so that I know that you've been here and watched this video. And thank you very much for watching. So let's just check the audio again. Done, and just shared that to my business page. Right, so let's get into today's story. So today's story is about Ernesta G. Procope, who was investment banker, a female Black investment banker in the early 1950s and 1979. And from what I can find online, I believe she's still alive, which is amazing. In her 80s, I believe she's 89, she'll be 90 in 2021. And I just found her story really inspirational. So I hope you enjoy this story as well. So let's get into it. So, investment banker Ernesta G. Procope was born in Brooklyn in New York. And during her early childhood, Procope studied piano. And at the age of 13, she appeared at Carnegie Hall, showing early promise as a piano prodigy. And by the time she had graduated high school in the 1940s, Procope's interest had shifted from music to real estate and insurance. In 1953, she set up and founded E.G. Bowman, and this was a private insurance company that offered insurance to the residents of the predominantly African American Bedford, I think you say Bedford-Stuyvesant section of Brooklyn in New York. So she set up a private insurance company providing insurance to residents of a predominantly African American section of Brooklyn. Serving as president and chief executive officer, Procope made history in 1979 when she decided to relocate her business from Brooklyn and the storefront that she had in Brooklyn, and she moved it to Wall Street, 97 Wall Street. And the E.G. Bowman Company became the first African American owned business to be located on Wall Street. Procope became the broker of record for the New York City Housing Authority and the insurance broker for the construction of the United States portion of the Alaska pipeline. So she's nailing some big contracts. She was also licensed in all 50 states. And the company can count companies such as IBM, Avon Products, Philip Morris Company, General Motors, and Time Warner among some of its clients. Procope is also the founder and president of Bowman Specialty Services, LLP, and this is an extension of her business which provides engineering and safety services. And I watched a video earlier of Ernesta, and she was talking about when she moved from Brooklyn to Wall Street, and the reason was that a lot of these companies, what they wouldn't do is they wouldn't send their white like their project managers to Brooklyn to go and have meetings with her. So what she moved her business from Brooklyn to Wall Street so that they would feel safe or safer coming into the offices, in a territory in surroundings where they felt comfortable, which meant that her business was able to propel and grow rapidly because she found locations and offices where people felt safe to go to. Now, what she did, she still looked after the people that had invested in her business and used her insurance products, services. And a lot of those people, like the private home insurance and car insurance people, they all actually stayed with her when she moved to Wall Street. So she didn't lose that side of the business. But what she did was open up a way for the bigger companies to find her and to come and use her services, and propelled her company like no one's business. In 1972, Procope was honoured in a White House ceremony where she received the Woman of the Year award from First Lady Patricia Nixon. And she was appointed by President Gerald Ford as Special Ambassador to Gambia, and has served on many corporate and community non-profit boards, including the Chubb Corporation, Boys and Girls Clubs of America, and the New York Urban League. In addition, she has been a trustee for Cornell and Adelphi universities and served as chairperson of the Adelphi Board of Trustees. Procope holds honorary doctorate. I'll read that again. Procope, she holds honorary Doctor of Laws degrees from Howard University, Adelphi University, and Marymount Manhattan College, as well as a Doctor of Humane Letters from Morgan State University. She has received numerous awards, and in 1993, Ernst & Young named her Entrepreneur of the Year. In 2003, Miss Procope was inducted into the African American Hall of Fame, and in 2006 she was named to the Minority Business Hall of Fame and Museum. It says she still lives in New York City. It says Procope's husband of 40 years, John Procope, is former advertising executive and publisher of the New York Amsterdam News, and is also a trustee of Howard University. And under the leadership of legendary, this is actually from her company site, I found this last bit here. Under the leadership of legendary founder Ernesta Procope, E.G. Bowman was established in 1953 during our nation's history that demanded true fortitude, undying grit, and a pioneering spirit to overcome the many political challenges to earn its position in the insurance industry. It is the same leadership and spirit of a woman-owned business that continues to forge an even stronger name today in client care to cover all personal and business interests with the utmost efficiency. And it says here, E.G. Bowman's her secret recipe since day one has been the implementation of personal attention. So carrying the motto of earning trust one client at a time. I love that. I love that motto. I suppose, when you get new staff coming in, as long as they all follow that motto, that they all have to earn trust, they all have to look after their client, treat them like their family, make them feel included, one client at a time. And that is a way to retain customers and to grow your business. And it says this ever-growing brokerage team is constantly reminded of the Procope family formula of the ethical model of how the company was founded. And I love that. And so it means when Ernesta isn't here anymore, that this foundation that has been going for over 50 years is going to be embedded in the spirit and the legacy of this company moving forward. So that's the story of Ernesta G. Procope. I hope you liked it. I'll be back again next week, Wednesday, with more Black business stories of motivation and inspiration from the Black community, and hopefully changing the narrative by sharing some of the success stories that are out there that perhaps you've never heard of. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening on the podcast, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.